we're just training in a different location.
Right.
You know,
Didn't seem that serious.
Yeah, it didn't seem as serious, but it was. There was like reasons for that, and there's reasons why we were doing the training we were doing and all that stuff. It's just harder to see when you're a lance corporal going on corporal, at least for my first EDP.
Now, when you went, the Army calls it green to gold, but when you went from NCO or enlisted to officer, did you go from corporal, or when did you make that transition? What rank?
No, so I was a staff sergeant.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, first, yeah. But most of the guys that were in the program that I went through were like gunnies and staff sergeants anyway. Some of them were sergeants. But basically, you get to the program, almost always everybody gets to the program as a sergeant if they applied as a sergeant, because there's a lot of sergeants that apply. There are some staff sergeants that apply and some gunnies. But if you go into the program as a sergeant, you're guaranteed going to pick up staff before you leave.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you get promoted non-competitively while you're in the program. So they non-competitively promote you to the next rank. So as soon as you're in zone, you're automatically getting picked to promote. And then what that does is you start getting paid at that new rank quicker, And so it's kind of a little extra money to help supplement your income while you're in school, really is what it ends up being. Because, obviously when you graduate the program, you're commissioning. Right. So the, enlisted promotion doesn't really matter all that much, because you're not actually doing the job of a staff sergeant if you got to that program as a sergeant, so and so on and so forth. But it's pretty much the same. I mean, obviously, like there's some minutia differences, like the ROTC program that you have to be involved with is a little bit different when it comes from the Department of the Navy than when you're coming from the Department of the Army. Like there's just going to be different ways of doing the same thing. Right. Ultimately, you had to go to a school that had Navy ROTC. Uh-huh. Yeah, it had to be one of those types of schools, and you had to take a certain number of classes. You had to maintain a certain GPA for the whole time you're there, and there's some other like bureaucracy involved that you just learn to navigate, but pretty much the same. Like we talked to a lot of guys that were in the green and gold program there as well, because I went to UNC and they had Army ROTC there, they had Air Force, they had Navy, and then the Marine Corps folks were like tied in with the Navy. Okay. So it's like Army, Air Force,